If you grew up playing the Nintendo DS, I'm sure you remember the stylus. As cool as this was to use back in the day, there was always one problem. It would always get lost. Now back then we used to just tap the screen with our finger if we lost it, but now with the power of emulation I decided, let's use a mouse. Well, technically a mouse and keyboard, but I want to focus more on the touchscreen exclusive games of the DS. So today I'll be going over some of my favorite games that use the stylus, and let's see if a gaming mouse is a good replacement. Despite the touchscreen being the main gimmick of the DS, a lot of the most popular games on the console barely used it. Games like Mario Kart and Super Mario 64 DS reserved the touchscreen to more of a mini-map. Despite this, there's also a handful of games that almost exclusively use the touchscreen, like New Super Mario Bros. Oh wait, that's wrong, like the mini-games in New Super Mario Bros. When I think of the DS, I think of spending an incredible amount of time playing games that are not really that complicated, and these mini-games embody that. While there are a lot here, I have to say my absolute favorite is poker. Yeah, I know the whole premise of this video is to utilize the touchscreen, but this counts, right? I'm definitely not just fueling my gambling addiction. Alright, maybe I spent a little too long in this game, but Luigi is definitely cheating. Alright, next. Okay, with this next game we're really getting some mileage out of the touchscreen. Cooking Mama is a true classic on the DS, and it's one of the reasons why I enjoy cooking so much in real life. That being said, how easy is it to play with a mouse? To find out, let's make something really easy, like apple pie. Alright, wow. You know, this is not so bad after all. This is so fun. Alright, separating the eggs. This can't be so bad.
Don't worry, Mama will fix this.
Okay, that was nice. Now time for the easy part. Baking the...
Don't worry, Mama will fix this.
How can you possibly fix this? Well, I guess it didn't turn out so bad after all. Well, I guess Cooking Mama was pretty fun, I guess. I mean, maybe it was better in my memories, but... not too bad. Next game, Mario Hoops 3-on-3. This game is perhaps the most underrated Mario sports title, so I decided I would bring it to light in this video. Now it's been a while since I played this game, so I'm not exactly familiar with the controls. Of course, I'm still skipping the tutorial though. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? This music is insane, by the way. Listen to this. Guys? Okay, I guess this game isn't exclusively touchscreen then. I am currently down over 100 points to a bunch of AI. Okay, you know what, I quit. Well, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I guess that game is controlled by both the touchscreen and the buttons, so, yeah, you can imagine how tricky that might look for a keyboard and mouse. Next, Rhythm Heaven. So for anyone unfamiliar with this game, you basically play a series of mini-games where you have to time flicking onto the screen with the music. Now normally this would be pretty easy since you could actually use a stylus to flick. In this case though, I have to awkwardly flick my wrist with the mouse. Fortunately though, that's all I have to do, unlike Mario 3v3. I'm sure this won't be so bad. See, I got this. No problem. Maybe not. Okay, this is going really bad. Alright, let's see how I did. Dang, that's harsh. Okay, since I clearly suck at playing skill games, let's play something easier. Brain Age. While it might not seem that way, Brain Age is actually one of the highest selling games on the DS. When I was a kid, I had a great time playing this even though I probably wasn't smart or educated enough to play it. Alright, let's do a Brain Age check. Dang, why does he look so angry? I guess you need to blow or speak into the DS mic for this. Unfortunately, I cannot do that, as I am on a computer. Alright, I found a mode where I can just play with the mouse, so let's see how this goes. Oh, it's just basic math? That can't be too bad. What? Okay, I guess you have to write 4 like a weirdo in this game for it to count? Why is this game asking for all my personal information now? I guess I'll make my name, like the video, because, yeah, do that. Alright, let's actually find out my brain age. Apparently a healthy number is 20. 56? Well, it appears that even in non-skilled games, I am a noob. It's okay though, I know just the thing that will cheer me up. More poker. This time it's actually real, unlike the Super Mario minigames. That being said, I still managed to lose 2 CPUs. Well anyway, this is Clubhouse Games, a collection of a ton of classic games ranging from cards to billiards. Just based on the few games I've played here, I actually think this is pretty fun and I would genuinely play this today. I mean, there is a sequel to this on the Switch already, but you know what I mean. I don't really want to spend too much time on this game, but let me show you that I can at least beat the CPU in chess. My greatest accomplishment thus far. Now before we get to more mainstream games, I want to show you a really underrated one, Super Scribble. If you haven't played anything in this series before, you basically play as this little dude and you have the ability to spawn in almost anything you can think of except for proper nouns. You use this ability to solve puzzles and clear levels. For example, level 1 wants you to collect a star from the top of this tree. It's kinda obvious they'd want you to make a ladder or something, and that's exactly why I made a dragon. Well, here's another interesting part of this game. You can add adjectives to your words, so if I make a nice dragon, it won't eat me. It's not always that easy though, because next we have to spawn something similar to a giraffe and this dinosaur thing, which I guess is a T-Rex. If you're looking for a super action-packed game, yeah, this isn't it. But as I said in the beginning of this video, when I think of DS games, I think of spending a lot of time doing very simple things. If we do want to go in the direction of a game with a little more substance though, look no further than The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Keeping with the theme of touchscreen-based games, this game is controlled almost entirely with the stylus. At first, controlling Link is not that bad. After all you're doing is moving around. Eventually, you do obtain a sword, which also uses the touchscreen. This can be kinda tricky since now you have to move and attack in the same place. Not to mention, right after this, you also gain the ability to roll, a classic in any Zelda game. This is actually the hardest part out of all the controls though, since you have to awkwardly shake the stylus or mouse in this case at the edge of the screen to roll. On the easier side of things though, Phantom Hourglass introduced a really cool memo system where you can draw on your map. This can be used in a variety of ways, such as marking important locations and potential treasures. Another really cool way it can be used is in puzzles, which surprisingly are quite great in this game. It was really refreshing to actually have to think a little bit about puzzles, unlike all the modern 3D Zelda titles. Anyway, as I progressed through this introductory part, I couldn't help but notice how well made this game is. Especially when I got to sailing for the first time, the sea looks so good for being on the DS. It honestly gives me the idea to try and upscale the graphics of these games in another video because I bet they would look great. I guess just let me know if you're interested in that. That being said, let's move on to the next game, WarioWare Touched. Well, honestly, I thought this game would be a lot more interesting, but it's actually kind of the same thing it's always been. WarioWare is just kind of mini games over and over again. If I'm being real, my favorite WarioWare is on the Wii because it was just so different to play with the Wiimote. I mean, they had all those cool styles and it was interesting, it was unique. You know, it almost makes me wonder if I can bind the stylus to the mouse, then maybe I can bind the Wiimote to it as well. I mean, who knows? But yeah, WarioWare Touched is just, I don't know, not that fun to be honest. I mean, maybe it was back in the day, but I had to start fast forwarding in order to actually make it difficult for me. But you know what? It's okay. I was saving the best game for last. A game that fully uses the touchscreen as the main feature. Art Academy. What, were you expecting something else? This game is the perfect test of my mouse skills since the whole premise is drawing art with the stylus. The first test is drawing an apple. This can't be so bad, right? See? Perfect circle. Honestly, not bad. Okay, next we have to draw a sunset scene. Hopefully this is easier. You know what? This actually looks solid. Even got the reflections on the water. Okay, time to step it up even further. We're drawing a tree now. Looking good so far, nice, and it's ruined. You know what? The final product didn't turn out that bad, I guess. Finally, let's make a pear. I don't really know why, that's just what the game wants me to do. Okay, wait, this actually might be really good. Alright, shading is decent, nice, maybe a little too harsh, but it's okay. And yep, it's ruined. Well, at least I tried. Well, if we look through all the games I've played today, I'd like to think most of them could be fully played through with the mouse. More importantly, a lot of the games here really benefit from the fast forward mechanic in my emulator, honestly, like not having to wait for Luigi to slowly deal cards. Some games though just really were not compatible with the mouse and keyboard. As playable as Phantom Hourglass is, I just don't think you'll get the proper experience without official hardware. It's the same deal with Rhythm Heaven too, because the motions you're making with the stylus are just so crucial to the gameplay. Although I have played my fair share of DS games on emulator before, the majority of them had been button-only games, like Pokemon, so I haven't really got the full emulated stylus experience. If you're looking to play DS games on a computer, I can't really say this is the best method for a lot of titles. Instead, I think modding something like a DS or 3DS is much better. It really feels nostalgic when you're actually holding the stylus in your hand while playing these games, and it's a lot less awkward than using a mouse designed to aim in computer games. What do you guys think though? Have you emulated DS games on a computer before? Let me know how your experience went in the comments below. Oh, and like the video if you want to see more videos like this. It was really fun to make. Thanks for watching.